Vote for Mike, January 2012. It is true, in the light of recent events, the President may have lost some support in some quarters. I would ask the people to understand this is an extreme decision. We live in extreme times. The decision's been made in good faith. I cannot, however, with good conscience, support it. I'm sorry, Mr. President, but the current parties in action have no understanding of the word freedom. How could they? These are very unexpected times. Things were going very well until some terrorist group decided to destroy our Twin Towers. I know this because I was flourishing during these times. I couldn't believe when I saw the news. At the time I was working with a startup company as a stockbroker. After having an already successful career in computers, it was exciting to watch people only a few years younger than me begin their careers. When I say the planes hit the Twin Towers, I was in shock. I just sat down. The first thing thinking was how helpless everyone was. I started thinking about how wonderful this gift of freedom was to me and how great my career was. To see something like this was an abandonment of everything I had worked towards. I was actually in the Twin Towers only 2 months prior on a job interview, and at one point I had almost been hired by Cantor Fitzgerald. That was the company that got hit. I would have been working on that floor. The other people at the office came over to me and said, "Are you all right?" Not understanding the whole meaning of the event, and how for the past 10 years my career had all been about building infrastructures for ours and their futures. I replied I was okay. It was just the shattering of the American dream, and I was witnessing that. It overwhelmed me. And me, having lived a very important part of that dream, was devastated by the event. So how could someone understand these times, where we have all had so much to live for, so much to dream about, and a love and compassion for our fellow man like no other country in history? It's not a crime to be struggling in these hard times, but it is a crime to let it continue. So again, I'm sorry, Mr. President, but the current parties in action have no understanding of the word freedom. The terrorism should have stopped the day 9/11 happened. Every time you take away one of our freedoms, every time we restrict or curtail one of our rights, we become one step closer to being like them. As a faithful citizen of the United States, I am bound to follow the administration that leads. As president, I should have no such restrictions. Given the current situation, I'm afraid that I have no alternative but to announce that I am, as of now, a candidate for the presidency. Let me rephrase that. I believe that if you vote for me, I will help to get our freedom back by building factories that make only the best quality products at the most competitive prices, giving people their dreams back, their homes back, and their families back, and using technology to bring us into the new millennium. This was my dream before 9/11, and although it's been a difficult road to follow due to the events, this continues to be my dream in the future. Thank you, and God bless. Godspeed.